All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Real Talk video. I pray everybody's doing well and having a blessed day as we give our Heavenly Father all the honor, the glory, and all the praise and worship. So grateful to see another day. My title now says, what are you in competition for? What are you in competition for? In this video, I want to deal with the black race. But y'all that look at me all the time, y'all know I don't really like to use the term black man, black woman, because that's not what we really are. That's just something most of us have accepted. You know, they tell you something and you be like, okay, I'm black. But I'm going to use the term black man in this video, black woman, black race. But I always have to throw it off top because I don't consider that. I don't agree with that, black this and black that. But not to stay off in all that, but everything is a competition now. But why are you in so much competition with your neighbor on your street? Children in competition now. Who got on the better clothes? Parents have showed this spirit of competition, which is all about the devil, to their child. And children are growing up with the wrong mindset. And every time you look around, cut on the TV, it's a competition. We already know about sports. I mean, it's cooking competitions. I mean, who's the best player? Who's the best this? Who's the best athlete? Who's the best musician? Who's the best preacher? Who's the best choir? Who's Sunday's best? Who's the best? It's on and on and on and on. It's a competition. And the Bible speaks the opposite of competing. But to the black man and to the black woman, I know it's in other races, but why does it seem like competition is so much in the black race more than any other race? Even the gangsters on the street, who gonna sell the most dope? Who got the fattest car? Who got the bigger rims? Who got the finest women? Who got the most money? This spirit of competition has jumped off into so many people, and that's why a lot of people cannot focus on the Most High. This spirit of competition is destroying so many. And when I see the younger people who's growing up watching the older people, it's just a flat out shame what they have to look at. And that's why they become who they are and act like who they watching. They do, y'all. So many black people are trying to outdo somebody else. So many people that I know call themselves a baller, but they really is an embarrassment. Too many brothers is trying to outdo the next brother. Well, I see what car he got, but I'm gonna go get that brand new Crown Vic, and I'm gonna put some 24s on mine. He got 20s. Watch when I get mine. See, I ain't nobody right now because I ain't got nothing, so I ain't nobody right now. But when I get these rims, my brother, watch how I step out. Watch when I step in the club. Watch how all eyes are gonna be on me. We done got so caught up in material things, looking good on the outside, that the inside ain't gonna never get straight. You're not balling. That's an embarrassment. If you got a car note paying $800 a month, fly looking car, and you at the house with your mama, that's an embarrassment. That's not balling. If you borrowing your homeboy car just so you can go to the club the next night with the rims on it and lie about the car saying that's your car and you can't even put gas in the car, you not balling. That's an embarrassment. Stop fooling yourselves. So many of us look down on ourselves and we feel like we ain't nothing because I don't have what Jay-Z got. Well, I don't have what such and such got. So then the mindset becomes, I'm going to be like Jay-Z. I'm going to be like LeBron James. I'm going to go get my tattoo on this arm. I got more tattoos than anybody now. Watch when I go get this next tattoo. My homeboy got 10, but I'm finna beat him because I'm finna get 2 more and I'm going to have 12. it's a competition about any and every little thing. When you don't know who you are and you've spent your whole life trying to look like, act like, and be somebody else, you are one lost individual. Y'all, I'm just speaking what's real. Hear me out in this video. Because so many people, once again, are trying to be like somebody else. Some young men that I know, which is a lot of them, they feel like they just are nothing at all until they put on them expensive jeans. I remember the other day when school was still in, how the younger kids, they would clown each other because somebody might not have on Air Jordans. Oh, I got the new such and such shoes that came out. Ah, you got on some fake shoes. And that little child go home and cry to their mama saying, Mama, I want to get some Jordans. I want the shoes like such and such got. And mama can't afford it. Or mama can. Or mama goes out just to try to outdo because mama gonna say, my baby ain't finna be getting no clothes from Walmart. I don't shop at Target. I'm not going to the thrift store. Hell to the no, not my baby. So you find yourself spending more and more on material things to try to outdo who and please who. What are we in so much competition for? So what if little Johnny ain't got what Ray Ray got? Who cares? See, the majority of this stuff falls on these parents that allow this. Because how is it now a child know about this kind of spirit if they were never exposed to it before? I know too many women that spoil their children growing up, buying them all the expensive stuff that they was going to wear a couple of times and then outgrow it anyway. And wouldn't dare give it to somebody else. Because I spend my money on them. So instead of giving it away, they let it rotten out. Y'all, what are we in so much competition with each other for? Why are you trying to outdo the one who really don't even like you? I got to get a bigger house, man. They done stepped their game up. You done got in a bigger house, you couldn't even afford the electric bill in the other house. Well, I'm trying to get like, man, you see all them cars Floyd Mayweather got? All his cars is up there, man. Ain't none of his cars cheap. Yeah? What you gonna do, spend your life trying to gain more than Floyd? I need people to look at what I'm saying in this video, y'all. When you get this spirit of competition, and it's flowing around like it's been doing for years, you are setting a bad example. You living a lie, first of all, and you setting a bad example. I see women all the time with a shopping problem because they going to work saying, she ain't gonna come in there looking better than me today. I used to work around all women, man, and it was just crazy. When I was doing mail runs for ExxonMobil, I never thought women would act like that. I ain't saying all, but the competition. Watch how I have my hair tomorrow, and it ain't even your hair. Somebody catch that later on. Watch the heels I go put on tomorrow. You getting all this stuff for somebody who don't even like you. Women trying to outdo women. Always in the mall. Trying to cause the other woman to step her game up. Always in the club trying to get her to step her game up because I'm going to eventually take her man. That's what they doing, not all though. And then you got choir competition. It ain't just the world. Look at the church. And anytime you got to compete, that means you're going to do what? Start showing out to try to outdo. Just look at the definition of competition. Ain't no way in hell I would ever be a part of any choir competition, any musician competition, any Sunday's best. All of that stuff, man, you can miss me with that. And I don't have nothing against people. I wouldn't be off in that. because that causes too much confusion, pride, people to think highly of themselves than they ought. Well, we got the best choir now. We got the best bass player. We got the best drummer. Can't nobody hold such and such. That ain't nothing godly about that. Nothing godly about that. What are we in competition for? Preachers who out-preaching each other. What for? I got the biggest church. He ain't got more members than me. I got more suits than him. I bet you his gators, he don't have many gators as I do. Who's best dressed now? What are we in so much competition for? Too many people bragging about what they got and how they doing it. You know what I look at? So many people who spending money that they don't even have. I know people that's going down there to take out a loan, and the Bible say be like the lender. Taking out loans to go buy stupid stuff and then turning around paying back the interest on that and then hollering out I'm broke with all the habits that they got already. I already got a smoking problem, scratch off, buying scratch off problem. Too many habits. And then going to get loans. Just to do what? Spending money that you don't even have. To get a bunch of mess that you don't really need. And 9 times out of 10, ain't gonna even use it. You trying to show off and impress the people that can't even stand your butt. Can somebody feel me just a little bit in this video? Truth hurt. And then look at these baby mamas. I didn't say all, but look at a lot of these baby mamas ain't hardly buying nothing for their children. I didn't say all once again. And I don't care who get mad at what I'm saying in this video. The truth hurt. Too many baby mamas are taking the child support check so they can continue to look good and get their nails done. Go shopping, and the child walking around with holes in their shirt, raggedy shoes on, hair ain't combed. Why are you looking good and your child looking like a crack baby? Somebody catch that later on. Y'all, the truth will make you free. Quit trying to look good on the outside and your inside is tore up. What are you really competing with your brothers and sisters for? Why you got your children competing? Why your church competing? Why you riding around in a brand new car you can't even afford to put gas in? And you got that big old house, but you can't even keep nothing in the refrigerator. It's all to show off. You ain't even got no curtains hanging over the window. You got sheets up there. I remember talking to this brother one day. This brother had this Benz was so clean. But I always wondered why the Benz was parked and he would always catch the bus. And he stayed at home with his mama. Everybody would tell him how good the car looked. The car's so beautiful, man. But brother, why you don't drive the car, man? I can't even put no gas in it, man. I can't even afford the insurance on it. What you got it for? Men who riding around putting more money in their rims than they putting in their engine just so they can look better than the one that just passed by with the 22s. You not balling, you are an embarrassment. Why you trying to outdo him? Because he got a newer car and bigger rims. What are we in so much competition for? Why? What's wrong with your child getting clothes from Walmart? And I'm not saying this to down no parent, but you can only do what you can do. Why break yourself trying to get something that a child is going to outgrow in a couple of months anyway, and you're going to break your neck to go spend all that money, and then they outgrow it in the next month or two? Or you could have went and bought something cheaper that's going to still get the job done. You know what I always tell people about all these fancy cars, and Every car you see, they beautiful. They all luxury that you see. They got this, they got this. But you know what them cars gonna do? All of them they got in common, get you to your destination. I'm just trying to get from point A to B. Whether it's a bicycle, my feet, or a train or a bus, I'm still gonna try to get to my destination. It don't matter how I'm getting there. We put too much focus on BS. We do. Just call it what it is. That's why, once again, the focus is off. That's why so many Christians are walking around talking about they broke and they tired of being broke, because they haven't learned how to be a good steward. A good steward does not compete. A good steward goes against competition. A good steward is wise and use wisdom and knows how to handle money, the bills, the house. It's going to be in order. It's not going to be no embarrassment. It's going to be in order. Because they focus on the Most High, and the Most High has already showed us how to live and be right in this life, my brothers and sisters. It ain't about who got the best car, the most money. You see what most of them are doing. Look at how messed up their life is. It ain't about who got the biggest church. This is a messed up spirit that comes from Satan. And when you focus on material things, there is no way you're going to focus on the Most High. Look at the most of these prosperity preachers. Look at they unbalanced, jacked up, same teaching every week, trying to get you rich, watered down, foolish gospel that they call prosperity. And they don't even talk about your soul. They are in competition. Because they focusing on the Most High? No, they focusing on Satan. Satan got them. That's why they keep talking about money, 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 and get this, sow a seed in this, buy a brick for this. You're going to get back this if you do this. All this, and that. The hell with all that. Because it's going to be a day coming, time coming. It ain't going to be no more excuses. It ain't going to be no more grace and mercy. What are you in competition for? All of this is just distractions. That's why in most of these black churches, it's more performing than praising. But you don't see nobody walking around here trying to have a living right competition. You know why? Wouldn't be too many people compete with that. Because they love where they at, and they love why they stand where they are, because they love their lifestyle of sin and wickedness. They don't want to move from where they at. That's why they don't want to renew their mind. And it's sad to waste your life living a lie and trying to outdo somebody who can't even stand your butt. I see many of these musicals performing and showing out has taken over these musicals and revivals. Even in the preaching, it's just all about hooping and hollering now. Who can sing the best? Who can make the organ player jump too many keys? But what a word at. I ain't talking about everybody. Too much performing. Too much performing and showing out, the anointing ain't even around. Philippians 2, verses 3 and 4 says, do nothing from rivalry or conceit, but in what? Humility, count others more significant than yourself. Let each of us look not only to our own interests, but let me look at the interests of P.P. Drawings, Lady D, Mitty Man. Let me care about Grace Truth Teacher, Sister B. Jackson, K-Ray, Twin, all of y'all. Let me look at y'all interests. Colossians 3 and 23 says, whatever you do, make sure you work heartily. As for who? Men. No, for the Lord and not for man. Too many are trying to get all they can from mankind. And if that's what you want your reward to be, stop complaining about you ain't getting nothing more, because you got yours already. That's just like the Pharisees. Galatians 6 and 4 says, but let each one test his own work, and then his reason to boast will be in himself alone and not in his neighbor. Don't y'all, we all know this. Satan has been competing against the Most High for the longest now. I'm so glad our Father don't compete. What reason do the Most High have to compete when I am the I am? Who's going to outdo the Most High? Nobody. Nobody. I pray that more people will stop trying to live their life by how somebody else lived their life. I'm going to say that again because that's very important. I pray that more people will stop trying to live their life by how somebody else is living theirs. That's why when you see envy, jealousy, that comes from their spirit of competition. That's why you have many haters. And it's sad how many Christians wasting their life trying to be like this world. Let me ask you something. If the disciples, if the apostles didn't compete with each other, what in the hell is these churches doing it for? Paul didn't try to out-preach Peter. They didn't. It wasn't no competition. Paul wasn't trying to out-preach, out-pray, out-speak in tongues, nobody. As a matter of fact, he made a statement saying, I speak in tongues more than any of you. But I would rather speak words that you understand than to keep you in confusion. He didn't compete. John the Baptist, none of them wasn't competing. Yahshua wasn't in competition with nobody. You know why? Because when you work for the Most High, your purpose, when you see the purpose, there is no competition. The apostles gave all of their worldly professions, I should say, not positions. They gave their worldly professions away. Look at the early church. They did all of that to continue to work for the Lord. How many would do that right now? It's not too many. So y'all, what are you in so much competition for? Because her car is newer than yours? Her hair is newer than yours? Fellas, because your son is not dressed like your neighbor's son, because your neighbor seems like he's doing better than you, why get in competition with your life? Why let your child go through that spirit of competition? Because in the end, you will regret it. Should be regretting it right now. So that's my time, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.